Let's talk about the benefits of water to help you lose weight and to sleep better. Hey, this is Dr. Price, the world's best health coach, helping you live to 100 plus. Get that member of that 100 plus club to be able to travel more, be with your family more, be able to keep your independence as your dignity as your age. I don't want you to get older. I want you to age like a fine bottle of wine. Getting older conjures up images of people getting more debilitated and less useful every single day. As you age, it implies like a fine bottle of wine, it gets better all the time. You should have some amazing energy, more energy than you've had in years. You should have incredible sleep, and you should be able to maintain your optimum weight very easily. And if you do the things that I preach, and that's what I'm all about, being able to do those three things, you're going to live a lot longer. You're going to add 20 to 30 years to your life that we could never do before. And one secret ingredient in that is water. There's lots of different steps, but I'm going to tell you today how water can do some things like, especially as it relates to helping you lose weight, stay at your optimum weight, and also increase your sleep. I've got a new book coming out. It's a how-to manual, 30 days to sleeping better. It's one thing you do a day and see what things worked best for you. And I'll talk about that more later on, especially with water with that, because that's one of the steps in there. So I'm going to answer some common questions that I get today. And the first common question I get a lot is, what's the best type of water to drink? And I'm going to tell you filtered water, and that's kind of a common answer that you're going to get. But understand, in city water, the type of water most people have, or even the well water that's really hard, but especially city water, they're going to add a lot of chlorine to it. They're going to see other chemicals in there. I had an office in another town. I've got 2 weight loss offices, and I was getting a notification with my water bill every month. Some red letters in there. Be careful, this chemical is above healthy standards. And if it's above their standards, it's really bad for you because it's at a huge level. So they don't really want to admit that a lot of things aren't that good for you. So when that's that high, wow, you got to run from that water. So stay away from the city water. Stay away from the tap water. Stay away from just standard well water if you haven't had it tested. And get some filtered water. For my house, I have a water filtration system for the whole house. I think it's important to really have clean water that you're bathing in. I need as much help as I can right now with my hair and my skin. So I want to have really clean water to help me recover from some past experiences that I haven't taken care of my body, and to really give my skin and some hair some good love. And I think a lot of us can relate to, maybe we went through 10, 20 years, 30 years, maybe the whole life where we haven't taken care of our body. Now's the time to do it. The good news is we're getting more information all the time how to take care of our body so we can live a longer, better quality of life. So let's do that starting today. And you can do that with water. So, filtered water. I have a filter for my whole house, but I have an additional filter under my sink to really clean up the water that I drink with and use all the time internally. So I have a water filtration system on the refrigerator, and it's okay, but I don't think it's near as good as the one I have under my sink. I know it's not. So it's kind of like a reverse system. It has a water, like a sediment filtration in there. It has like 4 different filters that it goes through that does different things. I'm not going to sell you on those things. I don't know. I'm not an expert on that. All I know is that looking at those, I've really did a lot of research, and that's a really good filter system to have. But even if you can't do that, even something like a Brita filter or a above-the-counter filtration system that attaches to your sink water, both of those are really good to do. Here's some of my clean water right here from my under-the-sink filtration system. So get some filtered water. Plus, you're going to really help the world, especially with the environment and wasting things. I'm not a huge proponent of environmental things, but it's just wasting things is stupid to me. And think of all the water bottles and sport bottles that are used each day. If you just start using glass bottles, think of all the waste that we wouldn't have. It's just a waste of resources, a waste of energy. It's a waste of land. Let's do things that are better for the environment. Get some real glasses. Use glass. Don't use plastic. Use glass. And it's the best thing. That's not going to be best for your water, because even plastic bottles get microplastics. I've got a broadcast on that. So dig up one of those archives on microplastics. Those things aren't good for you. They get into your body and they affect our body, and they're more and more common nowadays. So get some good filtered water. That's number one to start with. Number two, the next question is, can water really help me lose weight? Or can water help me maintain weight? The answer is definitely, absolutely, positively, yes, 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 yes. It's a great way to help you lose weight. It's a great way to help you maintain weight. So let's talk about how to use water throughout the day. I love to start the morning with water. I take some supplements, especially some different seaweeds in the morning. And I talked about that in another broadcast. But I will take some supplements when I first get up with a good glass of filtered water. And I use about 10 to 20 ounces of water. You use a lot of water at night. You lose a lot of water. So you want to really rehydrate first thing in the morning. And one of the best ways to do that is with some water first thing. So I like to do 10 to 20 ounces of water before I have anything, like if I'm going to have some coffee that day, if I'm going to have some tea that day, any type of caffeine, I won't get that water in there first. And some days I just do water only all day long. I like to mix things up, I like to change things up. Your body always responds best to change, so don't do the same thing all the time. Switch healthy things. So yes, start the day with water. Also, I have 2 brick and mortar weight loss offices. I do a lot of weight loss online, along with, bringing the energy up and getting you to really sleep where it needs to be. Because those are the most important things to really increase your longevity. If you're doing all the longevity things, it's going to really increase those 3 things. And I like to monitor my longevity by how easy it is to maintain optimum weight, by really getting that great energy. You think of it as like a kid with energy. That's what you should have. I've had more energy now than I've had in the last few decades. And you should really have a great sound sleep. I've really been working on that recently. And that's why I've got this book coming out on that manual on how to 30 days to better sleep, so you can really improve your sleep and find out what things work best for you, because everybody's different. You might respond to number 1, 6, and 18. Somebody else might respond better to something else. So you do one a day for 30 days and see what's going to help you best. Then you can keep doing those things. So I love that. So if you have those 3 things, that sleep, energy, and optimum weight, all the things that you incorporate into longevity goes into those. But you can monitor, I think you can monitor your longevity by how well you're doing with those 3 things. If you're doing great with that, man, I think you're going to add 20 to 30 years to your life. We can never do that before in history until now. Aging is a disease process, and you have to look at it like that. So we want to do things that stop that aging process. You don't want to grow old. You want to age fine like a bottle of wine. And that's by doing all these things we're talking about. So what else can water really help me with as far as with losing weight? Well, start your day with water. Also, just drinking water during the day and replacing other things, most people are going to replace a lot of sugary drinks, a lot of fruit drinks. I'm not a favor of fruit drinks at all, especially processed fruit. I mean, if you go buy orange juice that's already in a container, or apple juice or anything like that, I think that's not good for your system at all. Now, if you have some fresh fruit, like a fresh orange, and you eat it, or a fresh apple, I'm all in favor of that. But as far as in the juice, number 1, it's too concentrated. They pasteurize it, which kills all the good live things like the enzymes in there that help you really process it. And it gets too concentrated where that really affects that sugar level in your body. And most people can't have it because we have too much sugar load already. So you got to get rid of that sugar. Just replacing water and drinking water all day long, it's going to help a lot of people to lose a lot of weight right there. And it might not get you to your optimum weight, but it might help you to lose the first 10 or 20 pounds, boom, like that. So getting water is going to replace a lot of sugary drinks. It's going to replace a lot of things like energy drinks. Energy drinks are horrible. If you have to have an energy drink for energy, you're doing something wrong. Look at some of my videos as far as increasing your energy naturally without this stuff like energy drinks. I've got a health university. You can sign up for that. It goes a whole bunch of different courses on how to really help maintain your weight better on your own, get your weight where you need to be, get your energy where you need to be, and get your sleep where you need to be. All right, so start the day with water. Replace your drinks with just water for the whole day. That's going to help you a lot with a lot of people as far as losing a lot of weight. Also, before meals, if you have 10 to 20 ounces of water 10, 15, 20 minutes before a meal, you're going to eat a lot less. You're going to get full a lot faster. And I don't have much trouble eating during the day. I like to reduce, like we've talked about, my eating window down to about 8 to 10 hours or even less. I think it's just healthy for you, but I also like to switch things up. But it's going to really help increase your longevity. All the studies show that. And everybody knows that's in the field. But just get rid of that sugary drinks, get rid of that energy drinks, and just start replacing it with water. But do that before meals. Have a big chug of water before a meal, and that's really going to help you. With me, my problem time is dinner time. I don't have any problem with binging on breakfast or even skipping breakfast or even binging on lunch or skipping lunch. My problem is with dinner. I come home, I eat a dinner, I'm hungry, and then I want to keep eating and overeating a lot and really binge eat. And that's not good because when you're done, number one, you just feel like, oh, my stomach's just like, why did I eat that much? I've done that so many times. But I found a great trick is if I drink a lot of water, 10 to 20 ounces of water right before I eat, that really helps me immensely. It might help you too. So try that. So drink water before meals. Number 2 is increase the amount of water you're drinking weekly. With our weight loss plans that I use in my office and I use online with people worldwide, we start with a low amount of water, like 60 to 70 ounces of water per week. And we increase that in increments. So maybe start at 60 ounces of water the first week, go to 65 the next week, 70, 75, and 80 through your weight loss program. Increasing your water weekly like that, along with getting the proper minerals in, like we talked about. I love Coral Legends that's from PR Labs. Standard Process makes some really good minerals like the Calcifood, calcium lactate. Those are 2 great mineral products from Standard Process. Those are 2 really good companies that give you some really good minerals with that. So I like doing that. I think it's going to really help a lot. So increase that amount of water weekly. Do that with a diet program. It can really help you lose a lot of weight, but also get that water in right before you eat. All right, so next question is, I'm on a detox or I'm on a cleanse program, and tell me why water is so important with that. And there's several things that's going to be real important with this answer as far as how water helps with a cleanse or detox program. Number 1 is just the logistics of it. The cleanse and detox goes through your lymphatic system, which is kind of like the garbage collection system of your body. If you sprain your wrist and it swells up, all that swelling gets out of there eventually through the lymphatic system. It's like an aqueduct that's separate from the blood system. It's a drainage system that takes it back where your body can clean it up, put what it needs to back in the system, get rid of the rest of it. Expel it through your urine, expel it through your feces, however it's going to be expelled with that. So when you're doing detox, and detox is a great thing to do with anti-aging. Of the 8 big things we know that causes aging, one of them is toxins built up inside your cell. The second one is toxins built up in the extracellular space. So if you can get rid of those toxins inside the cell in the extracellular space, that's 2 of the 8 things you're really helping with anti-aging, with longevity. So do those cleanses, do those detox, get a lot of water, because that's going to help that get out of the system better. If you're dehydrated, just like having a river, you're trying to get some logs down the river. If the river's dry, the logs aren't going anywhere. But if you fill up that river with a lot of water, it's going to push those logs downstream where you want them to go, where you can get rid of those logs and process them. It's the exact same thing with that lymphatic system. If you have good hydration in your system, you're going to be able to drain those toxins out of there more efficiently and better. Detox better. Also, if you're doing a really good detox or cleanse system, and that happens a lot of times with the weight loss systems that we do, because part of our weight loss is not only to help your body function better, help you lose fat, but part of that process is really detoxifying your body. And I've seen many people that go through our program, and initially, if they aren't drinking enough water, like we tell them to, they're going to start getting a rash, especially on their skin, or they can get a headache the first few days. The headache might be from decreasing the amount of caffeine, but we really don't limit the caffeine on this program. So more than likely, most of the time, if they're getting a headache initially, it's a detox headache. Toxins are going to come out somewhere in the body. They're going to come out through the skin, through the breath, out through the head region. If it comes out through the head region, you're going to get headache, detox headache. If it comes out through your skin, you're going to get a rash. Any one of those signs is a good thing, because it means that things are coming out of your body, but it means you're not drinking enough water. So go get more water. Drink an extra 20 or 30 ounces of water for the next 2 or 3 days. Really push those toxins out of your system. It's a great thing to do. All right, so what's the next question? How does water help me sleep better, make me be able to fall asleep better, get deeper quality of sleep? Well, I'm going to tell you this, and just through a lot of trial error with myself, with my family, as I could do with everything, I've experimented with having about 20 ounces of water right before bedtime. And a lot of people say, if you want to sleep better, cut out the water before you go to sleep. I'm going to tell you the exact opposite. If you want to sleep a lot better, get hydrated and drink a lot of right before bed, but not exactly right before you go to bed. I want you to drink it about in that hour to 2 hours before you go to bed. Say if you go to bed at 11 o'clock, from 9 to 10 o'clock, drink an extra 20 ounces of water. And there's some things we can add to the water that can help you, but just drinking water alone is going to make a big difference. And if you stop an hour before bed, it gives you plenty of time to get rid of that extra urine, so you're not up all night urinating. Because that's why they tell you not to drink water right before bed, because they don't want you up having to go to the bathroom, or it wakes you up and you got to get back in deep sleep again. But if you don't drink water an hour or 2 before bed, a lot of people are dehydrated, and being hydrated is going to help you sleep better. Remember, in my book that's coming out here, 30 Days to Sleeping Better, that how-to manual, how to improve your sleep, do one thing a day for 30 days. Number 8 strategy is this: drink 10 to 20 ounces of water an hour or 2 before bedtime. And that's going to help you sleep better. You should be able to notice in those sleep hacks that I gave you in that book, that night, if what you did that day helps you, you should notice a difference at night. You should be able to feel the difference next day when you wake up. But more importantly, you should be able to monitor and measure the difference. I tell you how to do that in that book too. There's so many ways that we can measure exactly how much better quality sleep that we're getting right now. And that's number 1 strategy in that book. So get that book and really increase your sleep and see what's going to work best for you, because everybody's different. And that's a great thing about that book, is it's designed for you to experiment. It's going to find out what works best for you. I see so many people go online and tell you how to do this, this, and this, and this is what you have to do for you. Everybody's different. And what you might need is different than what I need to get my optimum health and my optimum longevity and optimum feeling good. So remember, I hope you like this about how water can really help you lose weight better, and it can help you. I also want to talk about, one thing I forgot to talk about was how it helps you maintain weight. And that's with me, just like I said, with drinking that water right before a meal, a big gulp of water, about 15 or 20, 30 minutes before the meal, 10 to 20 ounces, really helps you not binge eat. So when I'm not binge eating, I can maintain my weight so much easier. So that's a little trick that you can do like that can make a big difference. And it's usually not always one thing, but if you got this little trick here, I've got this trick here, I've got this trick up my sleeve over here, optimum weight's easy. Energy's easy. Sleep's easy. Learn these different tricks. I'm still learning them. I'm improving them daily. And as I improve and learn and test on myself, my family, my patients, I'm giving to you. All right, I hope you guys have a great day. You guys are awesome. I want you to understand your limits are only in your imagination. So go excel. Go past any limits you ever thought of with longevity and what you can do with your purpose over the next 20 to 30 years as you get in your 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. There are no limits to that. It's only up here. You can do some amazing things past 100 that we could never do before. Guys, have a great day. This is the world's best health coach. See you next episode.